Hi, everyone. Dr. Emily Letran here, executive coach, business strategist, and dentist for almost 30 years, and best mom in the world. And I am so honored this morning to invite one of our star speaker, actually our celebrity speaker, to our Action to Win event, Mr. Nick Lowery. He is the Kansas Chief Hall of Fame kicker and the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL. Nick, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. I actually was most accurate when I played. The game has continued to improve, and maybe that's a little bit like what we're doing is no matter how good you are, even if you set records are to be broken, and we're always finding the joy and the hard work to keep getting better. The dentist that you were 10 years ago, Emily, I bet you are twice as good now. The techniques, the technology, all those things are better. But I want to talk about that not just the dentist, but the team he or she surrounds themselves with is crucial, because what's missing, and I saw this with my brother Chris as we went through, unfortunately, him fighting for his life with prostate cancer. The medical profession has gone through a lot of challenge with COVID, et cetera, and the coordination, the team ethic, the sense of compassion in the midst of insurance and bureaucracy and papers. The great teams find a way to still connect to each player, in this case, each patient, so they feel appreciated, cared about, because we know if there's one primal fear, it's going to the dentist.
Well, we kind of grew past that. we understand the patient psychology, but for us going to work every day, and I had this chat with another person yesterday about, you're going to show up and people are going to tell you that I hate being here. And at some point, you just turn it off because you focus on the value that you bring, right?
Yes.
You know that you're making a difference. You don't let that stop you. And,
yep.
and I love, and it's my absolute honor to have you come and speak at Action to Win. And we just had this little chat earlier. Why would people spend the time to come and watch you speak live or be in a live event like Action to Win, which is coming up in Nashville? Because to me, it's like going to a game. You gotta be there. You gotta feel the energy. You gotta be engaged. You gotta interact. Yep. What do you think?
Well, I think it's even better than coming to a game. You're at the game, but you're also maybe on the field too, because you're looking at different offenses, different defenses, different game plans, different head coaches, different leadership, and you're finding what works for you. Because as we just talked about, dentistry has transcended a lot of these earlier notions, some of which some people still hold on to, maybe because they're a little bit older, who knows, right. That there's pain and discomfort. So the technology, the techniques are so great, but I want to argue as well, just as importantly, is that patient feeling understood, that we listen to that patient, that we make sure that our game plan involves them so we can take advantage and meet their needs as well. The great coaches in the NFL, they look at the talent around them and they make sure they adjust what is their talent and make sure they take full advantage of it. So I think it's worth it because you're going to be surrounding yourselves with excellence, surrounding yourselves with great teammates, all pros, if you will. For me, the message is also reaffirming the notion of focus, hard work, loving the work, like the kicker in the middle of the field with 80,000 people at Arrowhead Stadium as I played, and millions, sometimes 25 million people on television, not worrying about that, staying focused. If the dentist is not focused on those teeth, he or she's not going to do a good job. And on the other hand, if you surround yourself as an island, a sanctuary of focus and professionalism, loving your skill, loving the work, loving constantly getting better, then suddenly you're in control of the only things you can control. And we're going to talk about that because the control is with the ball right in front of you, maybe, but then the goalposts I want to help people see are a life, a career, a purpose that's bigger than yourselves, that fills you up with joy every morning. You don't want to go to work and say, another 25 patients and what do I do? No, you want to say, I know I'm going to help these people's lives. I know the sense of self-esteem explodes when their teeth look great, when they're not self-conscious. And I know that they also will spread the word about our office and how we're different. We're different. We work together better, but we also listen. We make that person, me, the patient, feel loved, appreciated, that's a great team. And who doesn't want to be part of that? So we're going to have fun on the field and in the stands.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Now I'm excited. Well, I'm already excited. Now I'm more excited. And you know, a lot of time, you know, because I've had different celebrity speakers on my stage, right? And sometimes people would ask, well, why are we listening to so and so, right? And so why are
I
we
know why a
listening to
kicker.
Nick Lau? Why are we listening to Nick? I already know why, but just share a tiny little bit why everybody should be coming live listening to you. What kind of pearls are you going to share?
Well, the pearls are going to be about, first of all, that mistakes hold us back, fear holds us back. And that was my journey, being cut by 8 teams 11 times. But I also have kind of an unusual resume because I was a legislative aide in the United States Senate for Senator Chafee of Rhode Island, Senator Bob Packwood, Elizabeth Dole, Tom Eagleton. I didn't care about party. I wanted people that cared and wanted to solve problems. And I did that in a lot of my off seasons. And then most recently, I've been featured in the Think and Grow Rich movie and on the Think and Grow Rich tour, which is all about aligning your purpose, because you can have great skills and be miserable. I love this work. I actually went to Harvard, to the Kennedy School of Government, to get my master's degree in public administration. And we studied leadership. We studied the idea, the core principles of leadership, which have to do with, frankly, better sensitivity to identifying cultures and making sure that we match them, that we understand them and match them. So I'll talk a little bit about that as well. And I love my work. I mean, my love is really focused now on champions for the homeless. I do work with American Indians. We're actually featuring now, developing a movement to require PTSD training for first responders. And maybe you're going to say, well, what does that have to do with me? All of us need a purpose. Yes. Number one, let's get great teeth. Let's help that person be healthy, whatever they need. But beyond that, to get up in the morning and feel every moment, every breath is filled with meaning, that is an art form and a science. And I want to help you find that in yourself so that 50 years from now, you're not going to regret a day, a second, because you were always working to grow as a human being in mind, body, and spirit.
Well, that's awesome. I think you're going to just bring everything together, right? Looking at life from a physical standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, and in your case, and from a political political standpoint, well, how much you can make a difference.
You know what, to me,
life.
I have to interrupt. You know, it's not, to me, it's not politics. This is really more about solving problems in the world. I'll let the parties, you know, play their games. But to me, everything we do, working with the homeless, it's a human face on the homeless. Working with Native American kids, it's confidence. How do they have confidence and connect to their unique creativity? We'll also talk about creativity. That to me helps each person express themselves and feel like I'm not just a brick in a wall. I'm not just you know, one person that's stamped and branded just like everybody else. I'm unique, and my unique gifts make me even more effective and more powerful.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean politics as in politics. I mean politics.
It's got a bad name, and I want to steer away from that
okay.
one.
Okay. Well, I mean by leveraging, by putting,
yes,
you're a celebrity, so you could use that name to do multiple things. But you use your name and your achievement.
Thank you.
To champion a cause, right? And yes. It has to do with politics, meaning getting government, getting entities to be behind you to support what you do in that sense, not getting political, because I'm not about politics either.
You know, I'm actually, as an example, I'm helping host an event for Doctors Without Borders. Think about all the dentists and their staff, and maybe for 2 weeks a year going out to, you know, poor communities in America or somewhere else and helping people take care of their health in their teeth, in their mouths, et cetera. We all know that if you don't have a healthy mouth, you will not be healthy. Your brain function, everything, your nutritional capacity, all those things are diminished. And to think that you can help poor populations, which you could say are measured often by how bad this is never taken care of. I mean, think about that, not because that's what I'm saying, but what resonates with you that could be a contribution that helps you go, yeah, I'm not only making money, but I'm helping make the world a better place.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm signing up for that. I'm signing up for that to go with Nick to, you know, anywhere where we can serve, because I just recently became a, you know, empty nester. So I can actually take off for a longer time now. I don't have to be home for the kids, right? because we all go through that life journey, go from one stage to the next.
Yeah.
And I love it when I see people like you, you know, again, I don't mean to sound redundant, but you leverage what you have for greater causes. All of these issues, all of these things that we want to solve, they're bigger than us, right?
Yes.
But everybody's doing their part. So, like as a dentist, I open
Yep.
my door and do free dentistry day once a year, and just welcome veterans, families of disadvantaged background, right?
Yeah.
And if I have the opportunity to travel and do a mission or with Doctors Without Borders with somebody like you, that would be great, and I can enlist a lot more people. So that's great. That's wonderful, and we are so looking forward to having you there. So, what's your last word to get people to come and see us and learn how to grow their business and grow themselves as a person, as a dad, as a mom, as a professional, and as a leader in the community?
You know, I meet lots of people that say their relationships aren't that great, and I tell them the same thing. The principle applies in business as well, the same thing. Am I surrounding myself with someone or some people or a group that brings out my best, and am I bringing out their best? You will be bringing out your best, and also other people will be bringing out your best, and you'll be helping others bring out their best by coming to this event. And the Think and Grow Rich theme and value is, once you're more aligned than ever and more focused on what really matters, God's put in us gifts that get better and better, intuition, moving more quickly. And I want to also help people understand the more mistakes we make now, the faster we'll get to the good stuff. So mistakes are our best friend because we have the courage to step forward into growth. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Never give up. That's what I like to write on every single poster. Never give up. And you'll see beyond imagining how great and how much growth that you encounter starting in Nashville.
Thank you so much. And we are all looking forward to seeing you, our champion and celebrity speaker in Nashville.
Thank you. See you then.
Thank you.